Get ready, because what you're about to see is absolutely wild. I've always wondered what would happen if you took the most unexpected random objects you could find and put them up against a table saw. Today, I'm finally answering that question, and trust me, the results are going to blow your mind. I scoured my workshop, my junk drawer, and even my kitchen to find the weirdest, most random stuff I could get my hands on. Then, I lined them all up for the ultimate showdown with the table saw. Some of these objects, I had no idea what would happen. The results? Let's just say, they were totally insane, and a little bit messy. First up, we've got a classic, a plain old candle. It looks innocent enough, but I had a feeling things were about to get interesting. I carefully pushed it through the spinning blade and boom, wax exploded everywhere, coating the table and the air in a flurry of white flakes. It was like a snowstorm had suddenly erupted right in the middle of my shop. Watching it in slow motion made it even more epic. The wax seemed to float and dance in the air. The saw blade barely even noticed the candle, but those wax flakes looked unreal, almost magical as they drifted down. Next up, I grabbed a stack of playing cards. I was curious, would they just slice, or would something crazier happen? As soon as the cards hit the blade, they exploded into a shower of confetti, shooting across the shop in every direction. It was like a paper snowblower at a birthday party, tiny bits of card everywhere, filling the air and covering the workbench. I'm still finding cards tucked under the workbench and in every corner of the shop. Seriously, those things went everywhere. Now, for a real test of suspense, a foam baseball. I honestly had no idea what to expect with this one. I thought the blade would just slice right through, but instead, it absolutely vaporized the foam. Pieces shot off in every direction. One side of the ball collapsed in on itself, while the other side exploded outward. It was like a tiny meteor had crashed onto my workbench, leaving a trail of foam dust behind. And then, the internet's favorite, a frozen block of Jell-O. This one was just begging to be cut. The moment the saw touched it, the whole block started jiggling like it was having a panic attack, vibrating and wobbling in every direction. Then, with a perfect, wobbly shake, it split clean in half. Watching those two halves tremble in slow motion was honestly mesmerizing. I could watch that all day. But here's the big one, the one I was most nervous about, an old smartphone. I made sure to clamp it down tight and put on extra safety gear for this. As soon as the blade hit, sparks flew everywhere, tiny bits of metal and glass shooting out in a shower of light. The blade sliced right through the phone, leaving a perfect mirror-like cut down the middle. It was both terrifying and incredibly cool to watch. I'll be honest, my heart was pounding the whole time. But seeing those sparks fade and the phone split in two, totally worth it. For the grand finale, I glued together a block made of wood, plastic, and metal. 3 totally different materials, all in one. The saw cut through the wood like butter, melted the plastic into goo, and sent sparks flying as it hit the metal. Each material reacted in its own wild way. When I flipped the block over, you could see 3 totally different cut marks side by side: wood grain, melted plastic, and shiny metal. It was like a science experiment and an art project all in one. This has to be my craziest experiment yet. My shop is a total mess, but it was absolutely worth it to see all these wild results. Now, I'm hooked. What should I cut next? I've got a whole pile of weird stuff just waiting for their turn. Drop your wildest, craziest ideas in the comments below. I want to see what you come up with. I'm definitely doing this again, so stay tuned, because the next round is going to be even wilder.